What is up, my Piscean friends? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I am so happy to have all the Pisces here with me today, as well as the cross watchers. We are going to do a fun little spread for you on love. Do keep in mind with these general messages, not everything I say will resonate with you, and that's completely fine. Please never force anything to fit your circumstance or scenario. Only take away messages that you feel are for your best and highest good. You will know intuitively what those are. If you seek additional messages or more clarity on what I present you here with today, feel free to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs and the videos associated with those signs. There'll be a link in the description box below that shows you how to do that. And in addition to that link will be the decks I am using here today, as well as my social media channels. Check those out if you're a social media fan. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Other than that, we're going to hop in for Pisces. If you don't currently have someone in your life, keep an open mind, keep an open heart to these messages. It could be someone from your past that comes up, as well as someone from the future that maybe you haven't met yet. We'll see what comes up. For my Pisces friends, your energy is 5 of Wands. All right, interesting. Fighting to be seen, fighting to be heard, fighting for attention. Conflict, it's a little bit chaotic. It's among a group, trying to get your head above water. It could be internal conflict as well, if you're going through some sort of like internal battle or struggle of, something you're passionate about, something you're willing to fight for, put something out on the line for, some sort of risk you may be taking, maybe potentially towards a fire sign, or you may just have very strong fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Clarifying that is the 7 of Cups. All right. Options, decisions. So internal conflict, making the decision, choosing the right path. For love or for money? I don't know what that means. I don't know. That sounds unusual. Some of you are going to an occult store, if that makes sense. A place that sells like candles that have been blessed by witches and kind of like earthy magic, tarot, crystal healing type, that type of store. Like spell books, something like that. Interesting. Because you're trying to work through some sort of decision. Let's clarify it. What else do we need to know about Pisces? You may be seeking guidance from an older, wise mentor of sorts. It could be a teacher, a professor. It could be your mom or your dad, grandma, grandpa. But for a lot of you, it could be literally the person at this bookstore or this occult store. They read you well. They know what you need. This could be a good friend too, but it's somebody who you respect in a different way. I know that's kind of an odd way of putting it. They have a very interesting way of seeing the world. So when you speak to them, when they speak, you listen, is what I'm trying to say. You take their words very wholeheartedly, but there's value in what they say and you know it. So it's like if they're offering you wisdom, you're at least listening. I don't know if you're taking it, but you're at least absorbing what they're saying. Anything else we need to know about this? Priest. Okay, yeah, they could be a high priest or a high priestess, specifically a Taurus or a Cancer. Somebody who's in tune with, again, spirituality. Depending on how you use the word witch, right? Some people have no problem using that. Some people are kind of freaked out by it. But yeah, this person may be a witch of some kind, a witch doctor, or I'm not getting bad vibes from them. I think they are someone you are meant to meet on your path that is helping you. It's interesting that they're playing such a predominant focus already because this is your energy. So they're around you in spirit. It could be a spirit guide. It may not be someone in the tangible, in the flesh. Something about writing in a diary. You might feel when you're writing in a diary, that person's energy is around you, guiding you, offering you little tidbits and advice, or even words. Something about words that come up and out of you. They're words that are not typically in your vocabulary. So when you use them in conversation, or again, in a journal, in a diary, in writing, you almost don't even know where they came from. Interesting, Pisces. There's something to that. Also, maybe questioning, if you're in a relationship, questioning how committed you are or how committed that person is. Something about like priest, the one who marries you, commitment of a relationship, the institution of marriage. I think some of my Piscean friends are conflicted about that. They don't know how to feel. Maybe you're with someone you love deeply, but there's also a lot of conflict in the relationship. There's a lot of arguments. There's a lot of heated back and forth energies or fighting or even miscommunications, conflict. And maybe that conflict is arising when you talk about heavy decisions about the future, where you want to build a home, if you want to have children, where you're going to be working, who you're going to be working for. I'm just getting big decisions in the future. And because it's cups, it's deciding how you feel about those options. That's what's causing the conflict. And I do want to say the idea of commitment to one or multiple things or people. I don't want to say people per se, but committing to your path, your spiritual path, committing to your faith, committing to your spirituality, to your job, to your person. That could be a lot of things. Commitment issues. There's inner conflict with you, Pisces. Might be dealing with a Scorpio, a Taurus. Again, Aries, Leo, Sag, particularly a Leo. What's your person coming up as? Interesting. Four of Swords. So trying to rest, right? Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords, which is sometimes heartbreak, disappointment, sadness, sorrow, depression. This person is trying to rest and recuperate, rest their mind, right? With Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But look, their thoughts are eating away at them. Their thoughts are metaphorically attacking them or disturbing their peace, disturbing their slumber. It's a monster, right? Reaching up under the bed. Might represent your child. Some of you may be dealing with decision making regarding your child. It could be about what school to send them to. If it's it could be religious, like a Catholic school versus like a public school. That's for some of you. And it may also have to do with, sorry for that buzzing noise. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll try and get a better microphone next time. For some of you, if you are divorcing, you're trying to make decisions on what is best for the child. Do we split the time this way? Do they do a month with you, a month with me? But I'm traveling, so how's this going to work? Interesting. I'm almost getting Nine of Swords energy. Things that are keeping you up at night. Things that are not allowing you to rest and recuperate mentally. It's your person, but I mean, feel free to switch around the characters. Something is not letting your person rest with ease. So this could very much be your child fearing about the future, about what's going to happen to them. It's their thoughts. They're not necessarily based in reality, but I'm just getting like, get some rest. Get some rest. Think it over. Don't rush into a decision. Being clarified by the Ace of Wands. So again, your person may be a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. There's some sort of new beginning that in the long term I'm getting is going to work out, but initially it's overwhelming. It's overpowering the room. It's overpowering this person's brain, their perception of what's going on. It feels like they need to put out a fire. There's smoke everywhere. It's very cloudy. It's uncertainty. And that's sort of what this is too. So it's like, if this is either your person or your child, your energy, Pisces, of uncertainty, of deciding, it's rubbing off on them, or it's seeping into their beliefs or how they're viewing the situation. I'm just getting they're not resting peacefully. And it's so funny, for a lot of you, I still am getting something about a child. Your child going back to school. With this, it's like, look at the depiction. It's like they're excited, but they're also really nervous. You know, they're buying school supplies. They're going to be going to music class or buying a new journal for English, or, you know, something about the child. And maybe this is talking about your inner child, and that could be. Something about a particularly artistic person, music, painting, writing. We are getting writing for you too. Something about the thoughts that are scaring them, this metaphorical monster. there's something that can be put to good use. Your child may be having nightmares. There's something that can be put to good use about that. It's almost like artistic therapy as a means of coping. If your child is having trouble expressing what they're feeling or thinking, give them some sort of artistic means to create and exorcise it from them. The priest, right? Get the demons out, get the monsters out, so that we can get like the conflict out and come to a peaceful solution. Yeah, some of you don't know how to deal with a child. There's something going on there, and yeah, it's like give them some crayons and ask them to describe how they're feeling. That's sort of like, because yeah, it's disturbing their slumber. I think that's more of a metaphor, but their mind is a little bit clouded or foggy with, it's not, for most of you, I don't think it's something bad. It's just they're overwhelmed and they're having trouble expressing it. If it's not your child, it could be symbolic of you in a relationship with someone who's feeling a lot. They have a lot of passion, they have a lot of feelings, but they're not able to communicate them. With the Four of Swords, there's a rest, a stop of the communication. And they might be fearing communicating because maybe they don't know what they're feeling. Maybe they don't know how to express it. But I'm also getting something about timelines. This person is feeling pressured, like they need to do something now. And maybe now is not the right time. Maybe this rest is coming in for a reason. Yeah, this could be your person that you're having conflict or arguments with. So, yeah, something about like, just tell me how you feel, but this person doesn't know how they feel. So what's the energy between you guys? The Wheel of Fortune. So, I mean, generally good energy. New cycles, new beginnings, closing out of old cycles. Something about coming out of an energy that was very stuck or very stubborn. Wheel is like progression, forward movement, expansion. Something about the game is changing up. There's new players involved. There's new beginnings. Beginning of the school year. I mean, that's predominant here too. Yeah, something about clocks. And again, how I was saying, there's something about a timeline. It's like this person feels like they need to make a snap decision and they're not ready to. This is allowing for divine timing. Things are going to move and budge and progress when they're supposed to. So yeah, if you feel like you're waiting on a person, it's because, yeah, you probably are. And they're still figuring things out. I'm not seeing any type, if for those involved in a romantic relationship, I'm not seeing any type of third-party energy. Your card's coming up, Pisces, so I see you as wanting to put yourself out there and make the emotional offer and make the commitment. But yeah, it's something that your person's hanging on for dear life. Your person is still figuring out how this team dynamic is going to work. Even parent-child, mom, dad, brother, sister, whatever. Doesn't matter. A team dynamic, parents and a child. Number 3 is important here. Underlying energy of the Wheel of Fortune is the Seven of Swords. Yeah, someone is holding back on their thoughts and they don't have clarity here. There's more decision making. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Sagittarius. This is also your child being very intimidated by some new circumstance or scenario. Going to a new school for the first time, going to live at dad's house when they've only lived with mom or something like that. They haven't decided how they feel about it yet, but again, it's progression or forward movement, circles and wheels moving forward. The wheels on the bus go round and round, the school bus. I can't stop denying that this has a lot to do with a child. I'm trying to spin it romantically, but it is what it is. Somebody needs to hear this message. So you also have Justice here, Libra energy, a balancing of the scales. So if your child or person is feeling imbalanced, something about the Wheel of Fortune, it's bringing a necessary justice and balance into a situation that someone is so desperately hoping for. The Star, hope, right? The dawning of a new day, something about cycles with the moon, Tomorrow is a new day. It's a fresh start. It's a clean slate. Something about medical issues being restored back to health. That might be for some of you. Oh, there could be a sick pet in your family, and that's giving your child a lot of worry or concern. You may have a pet that's getting kind of old, and maybe, even if it's not a pet, it could be someone your child is very fond of, but maybe, I'm just getting either like a grandparent or, it could be a pet or a friend at school. This is important. There has been miscommunication on the severity of what's going to happen. Something about, we're going to have to put the dog down. Your child overheard that, and they only heard that bit. But what was following is, put the dog down to have, something removed. And then, the dog is going to be fine, but there's some sort of operation. And they heard a piece of a conversation or a piece of a phone call, and that's making them extremely worried. If this is not a child dynamic, the same thing goes for your person. There's miscommunication about the path or the direction something was going in. And it's giving them this childlike worry. They may be something about saying prayers at night or praying for someone's health or hope or like health of the relationship, restoring hope in the situation. Yeah, so there's a victory, the Six of Wands. Communication wasn't straight and narrow. It got clogged or screwed up, and it was supposed to be a very specific communication. Again, child and parent dynamic, very important here. But yeah, something about coming in to nurture with love, that's going to help. Emotional healing, something about your energy, Pisces. It's going to pacify this person and give them hope and faith again, restoring of their faith. Potentially some sort of apology is necessary, but again, between parent or child, or someone from your past because of a conversation that took place, and maybe it had to do with the group dynamic. Maybe somebody felt like they were being isolated or left out, or they were going to be cut out. Again, I think there was huge miscommunication that was causing conflict. It's like we just need to get down to the bottom of what's really going on here, because there's a lot of fear and anxiety with your person. And maybe that's making you angry because you're not understanding why they're acting the way they are. They didn't hear the full story. They don't have the full picture. So it's like, communicate, illuminate them to what's really going on. Check in with, if this is about your kid, check in with them. Make sure that they're okay, and talk about something that might be scaring them. Because again, something about art or creative therapy, music therapy, it will get it up and out of them so that we can talk about how we're really feeling. This is your card, Pisces. You're all about, let's communicate our feelings. Like, let's be open and look, you're flying over the ocean of water, of love, of feelings, of emotions. There's a lot of them here, right? Let's do something positive with it, right? Hearts, love. What is your advice or guidance? The Sun, yeah, as we were saying, illuminating people to the truth, to the ideas, cycles, dawning of a new day, health and recovery for someone worried about medical issues, again, with an ailing grandparent or a sick friend who, yeah, maybe like a friend went to the hospital and they broke their leg, but your child associates the hospital with death, something like that. There's been miscommunication, so shine some light, shed some light on what's really going on how you're really feeling, on where you stand in the relationship. With this card, I always see weddings, bridesmaids' dresses. Maybe there was some argument that took place at a wedding, because, at weddings, people get very involved in their own, like, well, where am I at with my love relationship, and why don't I have a ring, and why don't we have children yet? Weddings can kind of bring out some feelings that have been pushed under the surface, so they may be, again, coming up and out to discuss openly. Where are we building? What are we building? Who's involved in this team? Am I still your team member? Like, am I being excluded? Are you telling me everything? Why are you being so secretive? Why are you slinking away? Like, let's talk about this. It's dark, right? There's secretive energy. It's like, let's get it up in the open. Let's put it in some sunlight and illuminate it. Let's grow these seeds that we have. Let's give it some sunlight and some water, right? So we can get this thing up and running, off the ground. Restoring the peace and balance. It's all going to happen through communication. So underlying energy for the sun is the Chariot. You're at a crossroads. Which way do you go? Some of you might be dealing with a Cancer. For some of you, this may involve your mother or a motherly figure. So if this is about your child, you could be the mother. It could involve grandma or grandpa. Yeah, which way are you going? I'm just getting that no matter who the players are in this story for you, Pisces, there's miscommunication on where things are headed. It's almost like you said, okay, I'll meet you there in 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll meet you there in 10 minutes. But you have no idea where there is. You're both like, wait, are we going this way or that way? East or west? North or south? At least give them a roadmap. Give them some idea of where this is headed, even if you don't know the exact direction. Money. Some of you, this has to do with, I don't know, finances or jobs. Maybe you're thinking of moving jobs and that would move you across the country. Maybe somebody saw that you applied to a job in, I don't know, New York, but you live in Boston and your person's like, are they leaving me? Are they not even telling me that they're, it's something like that. There's huge miscommunication because there isn't communication. People are not seeing things at face value because it's all in darkness. All these cards, it's in darkness. It hasn't been illuminated to the light. Give it some sun. Put some sun there, Pisces. If you're going down a road with your partner in crime, with your person, with your cat, whatever, with your child, make sure that you both have a rough idea of where you're headed and that you're communicating with each other. This has something to do with home because Cancer does rule the home. They're the mother of the zodiac. You may be home to this person. Home doesn't have to mean a location specifically. It has to do with where you feel safe and where you feel comfortable, where you feel loved. This person isn't feeling safe or comforted. Their mind or their thoughts are eating away at them like scary monsters, right? Again, child or adult, it doesn't matter. It's metaphorically saying the same thing. Your person is not at ease. And so when it comes to making important life decisions side by side, they don't feel informed properly. Or I'm sorry, they don't feel informed to properly make a decision about what lies ahead, about what road to take. What can we get for Pisces and dealing with their person, the romance angels? Yeah, for some of you, your person's very sad. And again, they aren't expressing it to you, but they're worried. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Yeah, I don't sense that there's anything that's giving me a huge red flag other than, I mean, what you guys have between you is the Wheel of Fortune. That's huge. The wheel, forward movement of fortune, money, luck, success, destiny, right? Fate, potentially soulmate energy. Even the depiction of this card, guys, look, the way she's looking at this light, it's fascinating, but isn't it a little bit scary too? The way she's like, I don't know if I want to touch it yet. I don't know what to do with this yet. I need you to explain more to me. Is this going to hurt if I touch it? Like, is this, even like kids in a hospital, they don't know what's going on. Explain it to them. Or if it's your person, there's chemistry here. I don't doubt that there is love between you guys. I absolutely know that there is. You wouldn't be feeling so conflicted if you didn't care terribly about this person, right? They wouldn't be holding on to this so tightly if it didn't mean something to them. There's chemistry in this relationship, be it platonic or not, be it romantic or not. But yeah, it's something about one person has much more hesitation and fear than the other, so you guys need to get on the same page, all right? Get on the same road, get on the same path. That's what I got for you, Pisces. Let me know if that resonated for you in the comments below. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I will see you beautiful Pisces next time. Bye, guys.